as you can probably tell, I love to read. And one of my favorite novels I've read in recent memory has been Beneath a Scarlet Sky by Mark Sullivan. Uh, I don't actually have a physical copy, but this is what the title looks like. Alright. There was a lot of things I loved about this novel. So, like I said, it's historical fiction, so it's a true story following the life of Pino Lella, who was Italian during World War II, and I suppose he was probably Italian afterwards too. So, without trying to spoil too much, it just details how the incredible journey and heroism that Pino went on. For instance, he went up north to a mountain range called Castle Alpina, and he helped Jews escape through the mountains to Switzerland to escape the Nazis. Afterwards, he joined the Nazis as a spy, spying for the resistance, who passed information along to the Allies. And he was a spy. He was basically the driver for a very important general, like the main general in Italy of the Nazi occupation. So it was very dangerous work he was doing. If he was caught, he definitely would have been killed. But what was really a personal connection for me was how quickly everything happened. At the start of the book, the World War II has started, but not in Italy. It's just, to them, it's, to quote the book, a distant news report. So Pino is just living as a normal kid. He likes running around town and eating ice cream and listening to music and hanging out with his friends. But overnight, all of a sudden, he's just watching a movie, and that's when the first bombs start dropping. And so time and time again in this book, it shows you how quickly things can change. And part of how that impacted me was showing how much we take for granted. Like, we assume that nothing like World War II will ever take us by surprise again. Nothing like that will ever happen again. We take all the comforts for life for granted. But this novel shows how quickly that can all be taken away, and how quickly the world, and even us to a local scale and onto a grand scale, can change at the drop of a hat. It also does a good job showing how heroic Pino was. Like, all the things he does in the book, I personally don't think I would have the strength to be able to do all or any of that. So it was a very eye-opening experience to show how strong people in that time period had to be. But mostly it follows just Pino's adventure in the first person and following what he did. I would also recommend this book because we don't learn a lot about history in school, or at least not Italian history. Normally when we talk about World War II, we learn about Germany, we learn about Europe, or we learn about France and England and America, but Italy is sort of brushed over. So it's very interesting to be able to get a first-hand look into what was happening during Italy during this time period, which is something I had never learned about before in school. There's so much I learned in this book, and I could barely put it down. It was such a page-turner as well. So yeah, that was book.